And we're back here at Pool Dog Championship Arena, continuing coverage of the APA 9-Ball World Championship. We have Sabrina Campbell at the table with the break. She is a skill level 2, a member of the team 7 in a Timmaaay, the team out of Hiram, Georgia. Her opponent, who is making her way to the table, is Jessica Maher.
And the race here is going to be a race to 19. 19 points. Each ball is worth 1 point. 9 balls worth 2. So 10 points available on every table.
We had a 13-7 split in that first match. 13 points going to the team of 7 in a Timmaaay. 7 points going to Burn It Down.
And if you're not familiar with the APA point system, a 9-ball is the points you get for the match. You can have a 17-3, an 18-2. It is 20 points available, and it's all according to the chart what the loser is. Holy smokes, nice shot. Just fired in. That's your 2 for you. They just kind of fire them in from everywhere. There you see the points.
Give you an idea, so we had, I didn't capture the first score.
He
was right at 30.
He got to 30,
yeah.
exactly 30, and he's a skill level 5, so you look, yeah.
Again, this is Sabrina Campbell, or was Sabrina Campbell at the table there. Her opponent, Jessica Maher. I'm assuming she is related to Mike Maher, who we saw in the first match. That or it's one heck of a coincidence that they would both end up on the same team.
Yeah, it's not like it's Johnson, so odds are that you're right. Nice deduction there. All right. This is if you have worked with your skill level 2s a little bit. Well, either way, she was going to get away with the defensive shot there. It looked like with all that traffic down there.
Ava, you mentioned it when we were on the break. Seeing a couple of 2s this early may be a good indication that we will see some 9s as well. Obviously, we got to see how this will play out, but there are a couple of heavy hitters that still loom on each of these rosters.
And it's interesting because you might have a plan to do that, but then if your opponent puts up and you go, no, I'm not going to, then it might change everything. So you can have the perfect lineup in mind, but it's going to change depending on what your opponents put up when it's their turn. So
Jessica with ball in hand here.
She's got a good chance of at least getting a couple of points here. Maybe even 3. It's lying in the position where the opportunities are there. As you can see, just making this 3-ball, the 4 is hanging in the pocket after that.
Pockets the 3.
And she will have some sort of a shot unless she sticks it right there in the corner pocket. She should be able to come out towards the center of the table one way or another here for the 5. No,
Watch
no.
out.
Uh-oh, ew.
Well, she pockets the 4, but leaves herself hanging there in the pocket. Fortunately, she didn't scratch.
No, but I don't think she can hit it. I think she is snookered by the point of the corner pocket there. She's going to have to kick at this. You can see there she needs to go this direction, and she is frozen to that point in the pocket, so she's going to have to kick. This could be a good time. If it were me, I'd be yelling timeout right about now. I don't think she's had it yet, so. Nice try, though. You got to give it to her. That was a good try.
That'll bring Sabrina Campbell back to the table. This is the 6th and final championship that we are live streaming from here at the APA World Championships this week. Started with the Jack and Jill finals, the 8-ball World Championship, the ladies 8-ball, the Masters, the team captain championship yesterday, and to cap it all off, the 9-ball world championship.
All right, she did what she was supposed to do there. 2 very makeable shots, obviously, especially with ball in hand. This one a little bit trickier. She got a little fortunate coming into it the way she did to even get a shot. And it's almost straight in, so she's got a good chance of making this. Oh. Left a little bit of a tricky shot here. Jessica, the fact that she's on the rail, she's going to have to hit this thin.
Love the fact that we've got 2 twos playing in a championship final like this, though. It's really a testament to what APA is all about, where, you know, beginners, new players, there is a great opportunity here. It's not just for the higher skilled players, and you're seeing how that works out right now. No stage bigger than this, and we have 2 twos. World Championship final.
Trust me, going on the Pro Tour is not an easy thing to get to your game to, but to be able to compete at this level and go for making money, go out here to Vegas, have a good time. I mean, it is it's a pretty cool thing. And it's like you said, I don't care what your skill level is. You are as valuable as anyone else on the team, whether you're a 2 or you're a 9. That was a thin cut there, and a little bit unfortunate for her. She has left the 7-ball almost straight into the side pocket. So good opportunity for Sabrina here to take the lead in this match if she can pocket this 7-ball in the side. A lot of times they overcut these shots. Oh, she went the other way around, but she get lucky? No.
Somebody was mentioning that our Masters champs did successfully defend their title, the team of Hugh and the Hustlers from Wallingford, Connecticut. And I don't know that we've had another team go back-to-back in that way that I can recall. The only player I can think of in individual play, Charlie Hans, obviously in the wheelchair championship, has won some back-to-back titles. U.S. Amateur Championship, Brian Parks, Henry Brote, both players that have won back-to-back titles, but I don't believe so. It's so difficult in the 8-ball and 9-ball format, you know, with so many different teams competing. It's something just to get back out here in consecutive years. It's very difficult to navigate the field down to the finals, so not very common, but Hugh and the Hustlers did it in the Masters format. Congratulations to them.
Did we ever find out for sure if that's the first time we've had a back-to-back Masters team out here?
I don't know. Timmaaay is, you know, in terms of my recollection, it is, but
whoa.
Ooh, scratch there for Jessica.
That'll be counted as a dead ball.
Sabrina will have ball in hand. 4 points remaining in this first rack. Going to take a timeout here. The skill level cap is 23 on this match. The 5 skill levels of the players that participate cannot exceed 23. Which is why we believe seeing a couple of 2s this early is an indicator that we may see the 9s, the skill level 9s, the highest rating you can have in APA 9-ball. Well, 3 Amigos in Masters, they're saying, went back-to-back. I do remember the 3 Amigos. Pockets the 7 in the corner. Leaves herself a makeable shot on the 8-ball. We do not use sudden death here in the championship final. It is utilized in semifinals, but not in the championship. Sabrina grabbing her bridge. Pockets that 8-ball. Again, this is a race to 19. As you mentioned earlier, in APA 9-ball, every ball counts, but especially in these lower skill level players, these lower races.
Oh, yes.
Every point so
Race
vitally
to 19,
important. Yeah.
You bet.
Watch out.
Uh-oh.
All right, so scratches in the side.
Good chance to make this a 10-10, I mean a 5-5 race. They're splitting this rack, but you know what, skill level 2 in all their glory, once in a while, we saw that in the 8-ball championship. You know, I've seen many times that a skill level 2 will miss with ball in hand.
Somebody asked if we ever thought about putting a microphone on the coaches during the timeouts. That would be interesting. We've talked about trying to maybe talk to the coaches during the match, but it would be a little difficult. We don't want to necessarily distract them from what's going on in terms of play. But I get the interest in it for sure. Yeah, you want to kind of hear what they're talking about.
The difficult part about that is you got to remember these are amateur players. I don't care even if it's your 9s, and I know from playing on ESPN where we have the battery pack out here, and you know that you got to be careful. You can't say anything under your breath. It is extra pressure out here, and the one thing we don't want to do. There's pressure enough on these guys being out here, not being used to being under the lights with thousands of people watching at home, with everybody at home being able to see this, and from around the world. I mean, I see some people here from South Africa, people from Europe, Asia, all over the world, and plus you have a room packed full of people here for the first time that actually just sit staring at you. So do we need to lay any more pressure on that? I don't know.
Never say never.
No.
We're always looking to up the production and make it more interesting for our viewers, but at the same time, we don't want to have a negative impact on the match itself.
Right.
Ava mentioned some of the elements in this championship round that are a little different than the other rounds. Obviously, the spectators, the lighting, the cameras, and the fact that they're playing for $15,000 in a world title here. I saw the graphic a few minutes ago. Just shy of $1.3 million paid out here in Vegas for this particular event. APA pays out over $2 million annually between our two Vegas events, and of course that doesn't take into account the 20-some-odd million that it comes back on the local league level through the trips out to Vegas or wherever they're going, prizes, cash payouts, trophies. A lot of folks say, well, you only pay out $2 million, but you got all these members. That's not accurate. On the local level, 20+ million comes back to the players. So just want to correct that misconception there.
As a professional player, I would love to play in the event where it was, it's been a while since we had a tournament with 15,000 for first, believe it or not, on the Pro Tour.
And I do want to mention every team that comes out here gets $350 in the 8-ball and 9-ball when they get here.
Yeah.
We call it last place prize money, but essentially it's we try to spread the wealth a little bit out throughout the field. So
absolutely.
Folks say, well, how come the prize money for first never changes? Our belief is that we're talking about amateur play, and the concern there is if you increase it too high, do you start to bring in elements, kind of like where you were getting at, where professionally wise, if you get too high, you might start inviting some of those players trying to kind of fly under the radar that are more professional level speed, playing in an amateur event, and that's not something we're looking to do. So
I mean, this is an amateur league. This is an opportunity to have some fun, come to Vegas, and win some money. But I am a big fan of spreading it out more as opposed to all top heavy for one team getting all the money. So when we have increased over the years, it's been in the payout all the way down. So.
Right. But that payout does increase each year as the team count increases. So nothing there on the break for Jessica. Sabrina returns to the table. We are deadlocked at. Are we at 5-5? I thought we had a dead ball in that first rack.
That could have been
was that us that were
misspoken by me?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I get for
I
listening.
thought you made a ball. Yeah, don't
watch
listen
out.
To me.
So we are 5-5, race to 19. In the second rack of the second match, the APA World 9-Ball Championship. Final day of competition at our World Pool Championships here in Pool Dog Championship Arena.
Nice shot there.
Jessica
well done.
Pockets the one in the corner.
Didn't get any love there, though, coming around. So she can I believe she can hit the 2, but it is close. She would just be able to really fan it. That may, if she hits it softly, it may get behind the 6 ball here. If not, she's risking, yeah, that'll work. An easy kick, obviously, this way. But where do you leave? Right now, these guys are just fighting. Uh-oh, she better hit that harder. That's got to hit a rail. And that's going to be ball in hand, yeah.
Heard the referee call it.
Again, these are 2 skill level 2s. 1 is the lowest you can be, up to skill level 9. Those are our super players, our better players. And a lot of these players are beginners. When you're skill level 2, you're either beginner or you've just been playing for a while, but you play 1 night a week and don't take the game that seriously. Have some fun with it. You don't stand and practice a couple hours a day and that type of thing. So, you know, again, this is what we always attempt to be, and what we pride ourselves to be is a league for everyone other than pros. They can stay home.
Jessica adds to her point total. Now needing 12 points to Sabrina's 14.
She has a difficult kick option here. She made that, but has snookered herself completely on the 3. It's very easy to go into the 9 ball here if you go one direction. If she comes this way, comes short of the side, she has a chance to hit that 3. Well, just went a little too long there on the other side of the side pocket. So ball in hand now.
And that 5 will be marked as a dead ball. It is 1 point per ball, 2 points for the 9 ball. And in that situation where a ball is pocketed out of turn, or in situations where a ball is pocketed and then a scratch occurs, it would be considered a dead ball. Some folks asking about pro classification and what the determining factor is. It is a little bit of a gray area because there is not really an established professional tour like you see in, say, Major League Baseball or NFL football, where it's obvious who's a professional and who's not at that level yet. A little more complicated in pool. For APA, it is reviewed on a case-by-case basis with certain players.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a problem with good players playing. That's fine. There's room for them to play APA, no question. But the disservice, we're going to see if she makes the, holy smoke, she just went after that. The disservice, I mean, the tough part for us is that in women's, it's fairly easy. We have the WPBA Classic Tour. The WPBA has been around since the 1970s, and so we can kind of very easily establish if a player is a pro or if they're not. In the men's, it's a little bit more difficult because there has been so many different organizations, and right now there really isn't an organization that is solid. There's just a lot of tournaments. Nice shot.
A little luck there.
So it's very difficult for us, the pressure to be put on us, because the pro world does not tell us. There's obviously Shane Van Boning is not going to be playing in this event.
Well, a good example is Sky Woodward. Sky Woodward was an APA member. Of course, Sky Woodward just won the Moscone Cup MVP last December, and
he kept improving. He wasn't for a while, a long while before he did that. But yeah, he came up through the ranks.
Yeah, he was playing down in Paducah, Kentucky, and they had to finally say, you're probably too good for this. And I think at the time he argued a little bit and said, no, I'm not there yet. And I kind of joke with him years later, and I say, I guess we were right on that. And he still kind of grumbles about it, says, I wasn't a pro yet. But, there are a number of very highly skilled amateur players that come out here. I mean, you've got Brian Parks, Ernesto Bayawa, some of the guys you see on the U.S. Amateur Championship circuit. But just because they're very good or maybe some of the best amateur players does not necessarily mean they are pro caliber.
They don't make a living doing this, number one, which very few do, granted. But what usually happens is APA will contact the league operator, and if the league operator is not familiar with that player, they will call around, they will talk to other pros, they will and say, do you know this player? What's the record? I mean, it's,
Look at that.
oh, nice shot.
We look at what do they do for a living, right? Are they playing pool for a living?
Yeah,
Are
and
they,
have
you know,
they
what other
ever,
tournaments are they
right.
playing in?
And just
How are
because
they
you
placing? Yeah.
played and done okay in a pro tournament doesn't mean that you're a pro. Let's say the U.S. Open is open to play. Now,
I
if you
could, I could
if you
sign
win
up for the U.S. Open
Open
today. I
yeah,
could go play in it next April, but it doesn't make me a professional player.
right. You win the U.S. Open, you won't be playing APA.
Right.
So it is a judgment call, and we do the best we can with that. And it's just like I said, it's a pro is a pro. A really super good player is a different story.
So another ball in hand opportunity, this time for Sabrina. Jessica now leading 9 points to 5. She needs just 10. Sabrina will have a chance to pick up a few points here.
We were asked here by somebody, the first round, the first match was between Stephanie.
No, it was Mike Maher and Stephanie. Yeah, Stephanie Pruitt. Sorry,
Pruitt,
I cut you off.
That's okay. That's all right.
Talking over Ava.
That was, yeah.
She's
What's
only a
new?
Hall of Famer.
Jason the Jaw. There we go.
I'm making mental notes every time you say it.
Yeah, well, you can't do anything about it, so I've got the mic. All right, see, this is should be a very makeable shot. And they just fight for one shot at a time. I thought she was going to play it in the side, but she had other plans and left a bit of a tester here for her opponent. We'll see if she can slice this 6 ball in. Not going to be able to get much on the 7 after that, but every ball counts at this point.
Each player gets 1 timeout per rack here, which would be a little bit different than league play where, is it 4 and below? Can you have 2 timeouts in league play? I believe it's 4 below. Maybe 3.
3 and below.
3 and below.
I'm not sure if they're doing that in the finals, though.
No, not in the finals.
Here,
Finals is
1.
strictly 1 per rack, so. Our commenters are quick to weigh in. We got a lot of knowledgeable viewers.
The 2 teams are from Hiram, Georgia, and Joilett, Illinois.
Yep, this is Sabrina from the team of 7 and a Timmaaay. They are from Hiram. Now we're seeing Jessica Maher, the team Burn It Down from Joilett, Illinois. They play out of long shots back in Joilett. Again, these are a couple of skill level 2s, so not uncommon to see players at this skill level missing balls. You add in the pressure of the situation and the spectators and the cameras, makes it all the more difficult for them. But that's part of the fun, at least for those of us watching. Probably pretty stressful for them.
Well, it's difficult. I mean, if you think about it, you're a beginner player or just a casual player that somebody said, hey, get on our team. Come on, we need it too. And you get on the team, and all of a sudden your team gets to Vegas. And not only that, but you make it to the finals, and now you got to play under these conditions, under the lights. And
you're probably thinking, what did I sign up for?
And as a pro, you get nervous. Forget about these poor guys. I mean, I can't even imagine what they go through. You know, you live your normal life, you have your job, or, you know, raising a family, whatever, and all of a sudden you're thrown into this setting right here. It's a tough thing to deal with. Got very lucky there getting behind the 9. Which is usually costs more to get lucky with a snooker or something like that, or the next layout, than it is slopping a ball in. It usually costs you more. Mike's going to come out and talk to her here. This is Mike, who played in the first match. That was also a nice close match that we were watched.
What do we think the relation is between Mike and Jessica? Husband, wife, brother, sister?
I know we're in
Somebody,
Vegas. You want
somebody
to
will
make a
know.
wager?
Somebody will weigh in. I'm betting husband and wife. As I notice she's wearing a wedding
not
ring,
gonna
and she
wake
has
it.
the same last name. So, but what do I know?
Somebody
Wouldn't be the
put on
first time
here
I'm
that it
wrong.
was Maher, pronounced Maher. The H is silent.
Maher.
I mean, somebody actually wrote that on here that
Yeah.
said they knew them and it said it's Maher. So I'm just saying it's what I was told.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we get to say whatever we want because we're the
That's-
ones on the mic.
All right, these are some tough layouts here. Not an easy shot here on the 7.
Husband, wife. Boom. Pay up.
I did not
Oh,
bet
we
against
didn't bet?
you.
Okay,
No,
you're the one
no.
who said we're in Vegas. I thought, you know.
Well, I was hoping you were going to bet the other way.
Brother, sister.
Yeah.
I used a little deductive reasoning.
Albert Ryan says yes, the H is silent.
The H is silent. Maher?
Mar. Or as we say in the South, Mar.
Maybe we'll just say Jessica from here on out. Jessica now needing 9 points. Sabrina still needing 13. Make that still 13.
Oh, wow.
Dead ball there. Scratch in the side.
I guess we got to start paying attention over there. Somebody said, can we please get the
See,
trolls
they're saying we're
out?
pronouncing it correct. Maher.
Somebody
Maher.
said to get the trolls out, so...
Oh, I love
If
banning
you
me.
guys
I love
just-
banning me some
yeah,
trolls.
Get ready. Apparently haven't been looking down much, and somebody is...
Yeah, bring it on. We love to hit that ban button. Takes me about a half a second.
Or send us an email. Let us know who you are so we can trash talk you if you ever make it out here into Vegas.
There you
That
go.
would be even better.
Well, as we mentioned before, this is a positive environment for our viewers and our members. So if you're not into that positivity, you can find something else to do on this Saturday afternoon, early evening. But
Alright.
we do appreciate all those folks tuning in, even those
They
with
can
less
watch.
than
They just
positive
can't
things to
talk.
say. Yeah,
Yeah.
we appreciate your viewership. More importantly, we appreciate you following our page. It's great for marketing purposes. So thanks for that.
All right. Race to 19, 12-6. Jessica Maher is in the lead.
Maher, I asked him before the match.
Oh,
He
you
said,
did?
He said Maher.
So there's somebody on there keeps saying that it's silent, so they just don't know Jessica.
Yeah, but then somebody else
apparently.
said you're pronouncing it correctly. So
All right.
I'm going with Maher.
Back off.
That is one of the challenges of commentating the championship matches. We have a chance to meet these players about 2 minutes before they start playing. Of course, they had the semifinal round this morning.
Yeah, they don't get much downtown. They just gonna have downtime. They get down with the semifinals and pretty much just have a restroom break, get themselves put together, and off they go into the finals.
Call
So-
home, tell everybody you won,
Yeah.
and to tune in on
Yeah.
poolplayers.com/live or our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. Jessica with the break. Dry break there, so Sabrina will return to the table. Sabrina, a member of 7 and a Timmaaay, Hiram, Georgia, where they play out of Hiram Station. At least that's what I've been told.
It's going to turn out to be a pretty nice leave for her right there.
Well, we got a minute. I want to mention our Sportsmanship Award winners in the 9-ball championship. They were from Pismo Beach, California, the team of Who's Next. Shout out to them. Appreciate all their good sportsmanship throughout the event. They were here a little bit earlier to pick up their Sportsmanship Awards. Seen a lot of great sportsmanship this week. Oh, look at there.
Still got a tough way to go. She can hit the one, but
1 point closer.
If she strikes this one ball really firm, she might have a chance at making the 8 ball over here. Hit the right. It's got to hit the right side of it, which is going to force the 9 ball. There you go.
Look at that. Look
and
at
a twofer.
that.
And position, excuse me. That worked out. Like a pro.
Looks like a Dr. Q shot. Of course, Dr. Q here all week. He was doing a show right before we got started with the finals.
Nothing like a little trick shot to get you some confidence. And
she's only 4 points away, folks.
And the 2 ball hanging right there should take care of that.
Make
And then
that
here's
3.
a combination opportunity.
Does she go for it here?
Absolutely.
This would be a big 2 points. Would put her just 1 point away from victory. Have we seen a timeout for her in this rack? Kind of surprised.
I was wondering about that too.
Surprised we're not seeing a little aiming coach here, but they're going to let her go for it. Can't quite get it there. Sabrina will have a shot on the 4.
It's a very makeable shot. Got to make sure she doesn't follow through too much here to... there's enough space between them. She shouldn't have to worry about it. She looks like she's aiming really well. Oh, just overcut it just a little bit. Off the 9, maybe?
Nope.
All right, another great opportunity for Sabrina. You know, sometimes things just get handed to her. I mean, she's played great, but handed to you, and you just got to take it. You know, I think it's predestined who's going to win, because sometimes I can play the best match of my life and not get a single roll and lose, or I can play terrible, and then it's almost like I get every roll. So you never know. You just got to take advantage of what's there. She had an opportunity there. She let it go. Wasn't able to capitalize on it. And Sabrina, oh.
A lot of trouble with that 4 ball.
Yeah. Here's where I'm thinking if they haven't taken the timeout, this would be a good time here.
You can see the teammates talking about it there. The team of Burn It Down with the orange collars you're seeing behind the action banner, the pit. They're going to let her go ahead and take the shot. Referee's going to watch it. Good hit, but she scratches the side. Another ball in hand opportunity now for Sabrina. Again, if you're just tuning in, you're seeing coverage of the APA 9-Ball World Championship from Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas. The 6th and final championship. We are live streaming from this year's APA World Championships. Well, that 4 ball just doesn't want to go down, does it?
No. It's time to take a deep breath here.
Well, this would be a big point swing for the team of Burn It Down if Jessica can finish this off soon.
Right.
They're trailing 13-7, but things will quickly change. Well, another scratch. Yet another ball in hand opportunity for Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina needs to get at least 1 point here, even if Jessica manages to win this. If this is the finish, if she doesn't get this, it's 18-2. That's a big...
Yeah, she needs to get to 8 for at least a 17-3 split.
Right.
So
she needs
two more points here would be big. And now a timeout. Timothy Heath providing the instruction once again.
Coach can stay there and line her up. As long as you don't make any marks on the table, he can point at the table like that for her.
I hope we get to see him shoot. He seems like he's very animated.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he makes it to the table. All right, so there's one of those big points. Now she needs one more.
This is huge. Especially with Jessica only needing 3.
Pockets
All
the
right,
5
there
in
you
the
go.
corner. Nicely done. She's now at 8 points.
And well, she got a little bit fortunate there because that combination is not available. I don't think. I think it's a little bit too straight into the rail. Or Sabrina would have had. I mean, Jessica would have had a fairly easy shot there. So that's one good thing in Sabrina's favor. We'll see, or maybe it does go. We'll see. Oh, yeah.
She got it.
Oh, yeah.
6-7 combination.
She needs 2.
She can finish this rack out. That would be it. As it stands, that'd be a 17-3 split. Now they're going to take a timeout.
Just so you guys know, the feed, if it's cutting off and you're on Facebook, that is because of a Facebook issue. It's not cutting off, but Facebook's been acting kind of silly lately for a lot of people. So yeah, you just have to kind of go out, swipe off the Facebook, go back in again, and it'll come back on.
You can also catch us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/APA Leagues, or you can go to poolplayers.com/live. It is the same feed on all 3.
All right, we'll see. This could be a little tricky with that. Got to get
got
that
it.
out of there. Yeah,
She got it.
I saw Mike as he was walking away, shaking his head, smiling because she almost didn't get the bridge out of the way in time. But
all right, now 1 point away here is Jessica for the team of Burn It Down. She pockets this 9-ball. This match will be over. Can't quite get it to go. And now Sabrina with a good opportunity to pick up 2 points in this rack.
and this would bring her to a 16-4 total point instead. So that's another big 2 points for her right there.
So we're now 18-10, and Sabrina will have the break. So this match is not over yet, folks.
And those points can really come down to matter at the end. You know, she went from an 18-2 deficit to a 17-3 to 16-4.
Yep.
And, I mean, she can still obviously win the match. There's no question about that. Just got to keep Jessica from making a ball. But every 2 points
Every 2
that
points now is, so
matters
1 more points away
time.
from changing that point split for the team points. So
right.
Currently, though, the team of Seven and a Timmaaay leading 13-7 in this match. You can see Mike talking to Jessica there, perhaps reminding her the importance of getting this match done as soon as possible because of that point split. Timothy Heath talking to Sabrina there. Little word of confidence or encouragement as she prepares to break.
And again, the pressure out here. We've seen sixes and sevens and fives, and you know, you think you're a big shot till you get in this situation. All of a sudden, your palms start to sweat, and you're starting to have a hard time breathing and hard time to focus. And it's all because of the nerves to hit you when you're right here. This is not like playing at your local pool room or even a world qualifier at home.
For sure.
This is a big deal when you get out here. And it's very different from the room in our main tournament area where there's people around and everybody's doing their own thing.
Right.
And I know our players come here and they feel the pressure from that. You can imagine what this feels like being out here.
Another point there on the break for Sabrina. Put her at 11. And we're going to see another timeout.
I'm going to answer Ron Coleman. This league is not about being the best of the best. This league is about amateur billiards, and out of the 500 and some teams that play the 9-ball out here, 2 teams will end up in the finals. And everybody has a skill level max, so to be able to play your best player, you need to play your lowest player, then you have players in the middle, and it's all about matching up and trying to overcome the pressure when you're out here.
Timothy Heath trying to show Sabrina how to get a good hit on that 1 ball, knowing that her opponent needs just 1 more point. And a ball in hand situation would likely lead to that 1 point, so they're going to go ahead and use their timeout now. Makes sense.
Not an easy position here, especially for skill level 2, being jacked up over this 9. This is a must hit for her. Nice shot.
She got it.
I know Jessica was hoping she was going to get ball in hand to finish it out there, but
Stephen Gillespie not feeling so well. Needs a shout out. There's your shout out, bud. Hopefully you'll start feeling better. They wanted it from the Striking Viking shout out, though.
Oh,
I'm
not on. I hope you feel better, Stephen.
There you go.
That's too bad. And my Facebook page went down, so I can't really see what's going on. How about that leave? Oh, boy. Not only is Sabrina on her own right now because they've already taken the 1 time out, but this is not an impossible hit, but tough, tough, tough.
Jay says, this girl, Jessica, is not a 2, and I'm wondering, what match are you watching, Jay? I mean, seriously, brother. What match are you watching?
Very funny. I think these 2, except for a few misses, have epitomized this skill level 2.
Right.
They made a few skill level 3 shots and a few skill level 1 shots, and the rest have been skill level 2 shots, whatever that means. I keep telling people to calm down a little bit about the skill levels. Just make the balls that are in front of you.
So ball in hand here, and this would be it. Needs just 1 point.
Yeah, the coach can move the cue ball around. Somebody asked if the coach can touch the cue ball, and while it's dead and ball in hand, sure they can, and that's it.
Jessica pockets that 1 ball. That's the final point she needed. She will take this match 18-11, which means we're looking at a 15-5 split. 15 points going to the team of Burn It Down. 5 points going to the team of 7 and a Timmaaay. All right, as we prepare for the 3rd match, we're going to take a little break. Hear a word from our friends at PoolDog.com.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PoolDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PoolDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.